Let's see a new city. Catch a different vibe. Pick a new mind. Are you coming with me? Or are you stuck doing the same old, same old? Let's see a new city. Yeah. Add some juice to our lives. That's if you coming with me. But maybe you're stuck doing this.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's see a new city, city. Catch a different vibe, make a new mind. Oh, you coming with me? Coming with me? Oh, you coming with me? Let's see a new city.
Hey, this is B4 and B5, and this is our first podcast, and we are coming at you with our weight loss journey. B5?
Hey, this is B5. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Okay, so this is how we got started on our journey. I was visiting a relative in Chicago, and we were seeing the sights, and I was showing all of my pictures, and I was sending it to my sister. And she, and I was feeling like I was looking pretty good. And she said to me, what? B5, what'd you say?
Oh, I said you're getting thick.
Yeah. And so after she said, you're getting thick, I said I was like, okay, well, whatever. And then when I got home, it just kept, ringing true because I knew that I was getting bigger, but I just didn't think I was fat. And so then I bought a scale. I got on the scale and I was like, oh yeah, I'm fat. So that's how, so I contacted her and I'm just like, hey, you was right. And that's how I got to the point where I was ready to lose this weight. So how you get started?
See, I got started, I've been most of my life, I think since 16, and I just been dieting really after I got my early 20s. And it got to a point where I went to the doctor. This was maybe about a year ago, and the doctor told me I was pre-diabetic. And I decided then to get serious. But it's just was hard to do it on my own. So I asked around family and people to help go on this weight loss journey with me. And we decided to come together.
Okay. So when we first started on our journey, what was the first, B5 was in charge of the diets. So tell us about the diet regimen that you put us on.
So what I was doing was that every 3 weeks out the month, I would do, the first week would be 2 meals and 1 shake. The following week would be 1 meal and 2 shakes. And then on that third week, I would do whatever challenge. I would do a challenge. And so that was my plan. And I would just rotate that all the time. Every 3 weeks, I would be doing something different.
Okay. And then she brought it to me and I was like, okay, I could do that. But that first, I'm going to say this. I did this for 3 weeks and it just was not good for me. I don't know whether I was not understanding the diet. I don't know whether I wasn't understanding the instructions. But I know I was hungry all the time. I was kind of mad all the time. And didn't nobody want to be around me because I was just hungry all of the time. And it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And so that third week, you said, let's go on a 3-day, you wanted to go on a 3-day liquid fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I wasn't handling the two meals, 1 meal thing with the shakes. I wasn't handling that well. So I knew I was going, and I was hungry all of the time. And so I was like, if I'm not handling this well, I know I ain't gonna do that. No, that I'm not. I'm not gonna get through that. So what I started doing was I was looking around for things that could get my goals was to be full all the time and to stop feeling bad, stop feeling crappy all the time. And I had got into like a negative space, with it. I was just like, everything was negative, everything's negative, everything's negative. And I think people said some stuff to me about being so negative, but I was hungry all the time. So I started doing some research and I talked to a couple people and they was telling me, some stuff to do. And so that's when I came up with my plan. And what I did was for 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks? It was 2 weeks. I did my own plan, which was on Mondays. I ate 6 slices of bacon, 2 eggs, and a piece of toast with butter and jelly and a cup of coffee. On Tuesdays, I had a big salad. My salad it wasn't a little salad. It was huge. It was like the serving dish. It was like the dish that you put on the table with the mashed potatoes in it or with the side dish on it. It was big. And I made that big, huge salad. And then I would like kind of doctor it up different ways. And I think I always put in there 2 boiled eggs because for some reason I was on an egg kick. And so I always put in there 2 boiled eggs and some tuna or chicken. But everything else I'll alternate. Like sometimes I will put some bacon bits or tomatoes, whatever, the vegetables, I would just alternate. And so then on Wednesdays, I got this thing from my daughter where it was a regular size bowl of oatmeal. And right as the oatmeal gets almost done, you crack a raw egg in there until the egg cooked. And then you eat it. Now, you put butter and salt in there. Now, I'm going to say this. That oatmeal looked disgusting to me, but it did what I needed it to do, which was keep me full all day to the point that I didn't even think about food. I didn't think about food. I was just so centered on other stuff because I was fulfilled. And then on Thursday and Friday, I did the same thing over again. I did the 6 pieces of bacon, the eggs, and the toast. And then on Friday, I did the salad. So that was my thing that I did for 2 weeks. And in that 2 weeks, I lost 6 pounds. And so I was like, this is where I want to, this is what I'm going to do. So I call you and I'm like, hey, I can't do that other stuff. And so I was like, I want you to do this with me so that, you could see.
So you said, I want to be the boss this week.
That's right. Because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. It was the liquid thing that I was like, but you was like, okay. It was like, okay. And you did it you said 2 weeks. I remember you doing it for 1 week, but I'm going to say you did it for 2 weeks and you lost weight. But after those 2 weeks, you refused to do my diet, even though you lost weight. Explain.
Because you was a skinny person. You were a skinny person.
I'm not. I wasn't skinny. You told me I looked thick. You even said you looked uncomfortable.
You did. You did get thick. However, if you ask any person who have been up and down their entire life, do they want to a skinny person telling them how to lose weight? They gonna tell you no.
But I wasn't skinny. I was not skinny. I was smaller than you, but I was not skinny. I was smaller, but I wasn't. You said it looked like
edit that out. I called your name.
Okay, go ahead.
B5. How long have we had this argument?
What about my weight?
Around whether you were fat or not fat.
For a while. But here's the thing. Because I'm not because I don't have the same that you. First of all, we got different body types. That's the first thing. The second thing is because I don't weigh the same as you, don't mean I'm not. When I went to my doctor said you should be 133 pounds. When you start getting to 136, it's overweight for you. And when I went to my doctor told me I was morbidly obese. Okay.
Okay. So is your doctor, I know, I hear what you're saying, but is your doctor going along the guidelines of what society say? Because, in our culture, we don't follow that guideline.
I get you. But what they did was they measured my bones and he measured my bones and it was some sort of thing he did. I know he did BMI as well, but he measured my bones, and that's how he told me my weight should be. He said your weight should be no more than 133. In fact, he said between 110 and 133. And he said, by the time you get to 136, you're going to start being fat. Or he said overweight, but
wait, okay. But number one, I was looking up the other day about BMI and all of that, and no, it came on the news, and it said they were changing that. They weren't gonna. They were changing the system on how whether they tell somebody whether they're overweight or not. To me, it's based on how you look on your in your clothes. How you feel carrying around that weight? What? Because my thing is supposed. I'm 5'1", and my thing is supposed to be 125 pounds. They said, how is somebody your height and my height? Why we got the same thing?
My height is 5'4". Right. That's the first thing. But our body shapes are different, and clothes don't. That's not it. And let me say why. Because people tell me all the time, "Oh, you don't look your size." They tell me that all the time. But the reason I don't look my size is because I have a pear-shaped body. And so I wear A-line clothes. Now, because I wear A-line clothes, I'm going to look different in my clothes than if you did, because your body shape is different than mine. And let me say this. Sometimes I did.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you look good in your clothes, not if you look good in my clothes, but if you look good in your clothes, if you feel good at whatever size that is, if forget what else I said. That to me that's what I go by. And I mentioned our height. I'm 5'1", you're 5'4". How is it that and different body shape? Because when I get big all over. When I lose mostly all over. So how is it that our weight will be the same?
Like, weight is not the same.
I was told 125 to 130.
Okay, and I was
told 130, right?
I was told 110.
So
110.
How would that be the same? Because that's the guideline by others.
I don't know. I disagree. I disagree with the clothes thing, because I see way bigger women than me, and they look very well in their clothes, right? They used to.
And they pay a hefty penny for it.
It doesn't matter. They still look good in their clothes. It used to be that women that were big did not have nice clothes to wear, but now they have whole fashion lines for overweight women. So I don't think clothes matter. Here's another thing too.
Clothes matter. It matters.
Okay, well we could agree.
So you mean to tell me big woman walking down the street? Well, nobody, let me just put this out there. Nobody, in my opinion, should be walking down the street showing their personal body part. But
agreed.
You mean to tell me a big woman, let's say Cleveland, a big woman walking down the street with can we wear nice clothes? Yes, we can wear nice clothes, but we pay more for our clothes, for those nicer clothes, than should, well, I guess material we should. Anyway, walking down the street, showing off her body. I'll just say showing off her body. Looks the same as a smaller person going down the street, showing off her body.
It depends, because I mean, I don't know. You talking about the way somebody look in their clothes? That's in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, that's part of it. That's part of it. A skinny person can just basically go in and throw on anything and still look good.
I can't do that.
A heavier set person cannot just throw on anything and still look good.
Right.
I guess that's my point right there.
Okay, but I can't do that either. I purchase a specific type of clothes that look good on me, which is A-line clothes. I wear A-line shirt. I wear and my bottoms I wear are straight legs, straight wide leg pants, right? And I wear straight leg white so that you can't see the fat up under there. But it's and people tell me all the time, "Oh, you don't look like you're this size." But I am. I am. My clothes still say that size. It's just I wear clothes that make my body shape look different. Okay. But going back to so we can agree to disagree on the clothes thing, but yeah, because there's some pretty hefty women that look really nice in their clothes, but they still are overweight. And here's the thing too, it doesn't necessarily mean I don't want to go into whether they are healthy or unhealthy. What I can say about me is that for me, it is unhealthy. And the reason I know is because I have GERD. And one of the recommendations of my doctor is to lose weight. That's one of the things he said. Lose weight. Although, let me just be honest, when you fat, you have a cold, and they'll say what they say, lose weight. You lose weight. So anyway, I mean, I don't want to go into that, but I'm just going to say there's things in my body that make my knees hurt. I'm over 50.
Yeah, those things like that does say you need to lose weight.
Right. Right. So, yeah, anyway.
But we're talking you're talking about now when you realize that you needed to do something. You're not talking about before. My point was why I didn't want to follow your regimen was because you was a skinny person.
Because I wasn't
and not only that, it was boring.
Well, I wasn't skinny. I'm gonna say that I wasn't skinny, and I haven't been skinny because you said when you say you started. I started being heavy after I had my third kid because I had my second and third kid back to back. And so the weight that I gained with the second kid, I didn't have enough time to lose it because they stair steps. They are exactly one year and 1 day apart. So I did not have enough time to lose that weight. Then I went on a regimen a couple of years ago, and I had taken some medication that made me gain weight. So I have been kind of fighting this since my third kid was born. I could never lose that weight. So I mean, yeah, okay, I hear you, but I'm not skinny by any means. I'm not skinny. I was having
you're not skinny now. Oh, you're not skinny now, and I would call you. I would call you morbidly obese like that doctor did.
I'm fat. I'm fat. The scale tells me I'm fat.
Okay, I'll even go for that.
Yeah, the scale tells me
now. I'll go for that now. But
okay, well, I've been that
from your third kid to now.
Well, just because I have a different body type does not mean that I'm skinny. But okay. Okay.
I'm telling you to read.
Okay, that is your reason why you did not want to follow my plan, even though you lost.
Because you don't know how to lose weight.
Obviously, I did. I lost weight.
Most of their life who I didn't see as had a problem with weight, with having a weight problem. I didn't want to follow them. So yeah, that's the reason. But moving along.
Okay, so anyway, I continue to lose weight. I'm just gonna say that. I continued to lose weight, but then I did have a stumble, okay? And we both had a stumble. Okay? And it seemed like my stumble is going back to back. And what was your stumble?
My stumble was like during a holiday. And I'll say this. I have people that I live with that are not on the same page as me as far as eating right and things like that. So I always have cupcakes laying around, ice cream in the fridge, things like that. So that helps. That makes me stumble sometimes. Yeah. Going to the refrigerator for maybe some chicken for dinner that night, and I see a gallon of ice cream in my face. So things like that.
Yeah.
The biggest stumble was the holiday.
That was my stumble. Thanksgiving was my stumble. And let me say this: I had planned for Thanksgiving to be boring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had planned to not be suckered in. Our brother made the Thanksgiving dinner, and his menu was dry to me. Okay. It was not appetizing to me. And I was like, good, because I didn't want to stumble at all. But then as it came closer, I did a couple of things. I wasn't going to make no macaroni and cheese, but I went and got Petty's mac and cheese. Okay.
Mhm.
I also got a patty pie, but then I was at Publix picking up cranberry sauce, and I decided to get their dressing, right? I knew it wasn't going to be as good as dressing, but you know, as you get closer to the holidays, I want my table to be pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I got the cranberry sauce, and then I got a Publix sweet potato pie. And y'all from up north, so y'all don't know that Publix. Oh yes, Publix is really good. Their baked goods are really good. Now,
Mhm.
their sweet potato pie wasn't as good as like grandma's sweet potato pie, but it was a close second. And it was kind of like when you
Mhm.
go to the church and, you know, get somebody's sweet potato
Right.
pie. It ain't like grandma's, but it'll do for whatever. So I got that. And then my brother, oh my God, when I tell you our brother cooks that meat, and then once he start cooking, he get more involved in stuff, and he start doing better and better and better. So we both was scaling up. I'll say that. We both was like, okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, you know. Till in the end, we had like a nice side table. But let me say this is what tripped me up the most is
Mhm.
our nephew made plum pie. And this pie was so doggone good, and it was just everything. So that really is what made me stumble. So I ate the Thanksgiving dinner, and I still could have been okay, but then I tasted his pie. And after I had that pie, it was so darn good. And I kept going back. And then I
Mhm.
said, well, I'm only gonna get 2 pieces. And so I got a piece, and then I saved the other piece. And then I said, I'm just gonna put it in the freezer. You know what happened. It was gone. And so then I tried to get back on track. And then Christmas came, and it was
Mhm.
better than Thanksgiving. And okay. And so those was my stumbles. And then okay. So now we are where we are. Okay.
Mhm.
And now that we are where we are picking ourselves back up from these stumbles. We are starting where we are, and we are going to move forward. We're going to move forward.
Right.
And we are going
Wait a
to.
minute now, let me tell you where my stumbles were.
You just told us your stumble.
I didn't tell you my stumbles for the holiday.
Go ahead.
So I made the peach cobbler,
Mm.
and I ate the peach cobbler. And then we allowed ourselves to, however, we were supposed to do portion size.
Mhm.
So that first helping of peach cobbler was portion size. But I had to go back in for that second, and that was not portion size. And I think it went downhill after that. Because after Thanksgiving, I made another peach cobbler.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Not only that, you had birthdays back to back in December.
I
too.
did.
Yeah.
And so it was the daughters, then the son. 2 weeks after the daughters is the sons, and then you got Christian. I mean, not well. You do got Christian. Strike that. Christmas is what I'm trying to say. Then you got Christmas. So yeah,
Yeah. So it's back to back to back.
right.
So it's sorry about that. So it's back to back to back. So now we ready to get up, and we got 8 minutes to go. So what do you want to say?
Well, with just 8 minutes to go, I want to say what I'm going to strive. I'm going to strive to get back into that mindset
Mhm.
of eating healthy, thinking healthy,
Mhm.
and having an overall healthy lifestyle. I think that'll help me with the diet plan.
Yeah. Mind, body, and spirit.
Not to just think of it as a diet. Think of it as the way to eat. That's just eating healthy.
Yeah, lifestyle change. We want to make a lifestyle change. Okay.
Right.
All right. And what because we doing Monday through Fridays, what do you want to do for the weekend?
I want to go on another fast. Really just
Okay, I'm
it
not
is the
doing no
weekend.
liquid fast, but why don't we throw it out to our audience? Let our audience give us a challenge to do for Saturday and Sunday, and for
Next week, Saturday and Sunday, right?
huh?
Next week, Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah. So we'll throw it out to
Okay.
our audience. Let them choose what we're gonna do for next week, Saturday and Sunday. Maybe they could do our Saturdays and Sunday. We could let them give us the challenge every Saturday and Sunday, and we come back and tell them whether we were able to fulfill it or not. What you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right. So So instead of doing the liquid diet, we're gonna let our audience do that. And so audience, why don't you tell us in the comments, give us some challenges to do as far as our weekend diet. So we're gonna agree on what to do Monday through Friday. What are we doing Monday through Friday?
What do you want to do? I want to do the one meal.
I'm gonna do let me say this, because we started doing one meal, I have not stopped doing one meal. Now, my one meal hasn't always been healthy. So I do want to go back to the one meal. Well, I'm doing the one meal. But what is that one meal gonna be? Are we gonna do, I don't want to do portion control because
I want to do my own. I want to eat my own food.
well, I'm gonna eat my own food too. Okay, you want to do your own diet. That's what you're gonna do, your own meal plan. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going back to my eggs. Only thing, my bacon, eggs, whatever. Only thing about that is I can't eat salad in the wintertime. I don't like eating cold things in the wintertime. So I'm gonna figure out that, and I'll let y'all know next week what I filled that in with. We got 5 minutes to go. So what do you want to do? How do you want to end our in this episode?
Well, let's
go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. I'll talk to you next week.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see your new city. Catch a different vibe, pick a new mind. Oh, you coming with me? Oh, you coming with me? Let's see your new city. Catch a different vibe, pick a new mind. Oh, you coming with me? I'm trying to see your new city.